were on probably one of the greatest UFC embedded moments the other day when you said you were taking off upstairs for a nice afternoon. How was that for you?
Taking off upstairs.
You were done with media duties. You're going to go upstairs to your room now.
Oh, yeah. No, I love just being able to go upstairs and just relax and unwind. You guys feel the week. The week's pretty crazy. So to be able to just go into my little cell and, and unwind is pretty good.
What's it been like? Like, I remember UFC 193, you were sort of in the middle of the card, at the very same stadium. But here, the whole show's been built around you. What's the lead-up been like? Is this arguably the biggest sort of fight week that you've ever sort of come across as far as media duties and all that kind of stuff?
To be honest, fight week last time was pretty big. It just didn't cross the line, unfortunately. But I guess in a sense, like ever since I became the champ, there's a lot more hype. I've always gotten a lot of attention whenever I've fought in Australia. So it's kind of comes with the territory.
You've sort of lately been getting a lot more of your personality out there, obviously with Grange TV. You're doing a speaking tour with like a lot of dates as well. And you've even got a documentary crew following you around. They're doing, I believe, a Warrior documentary. Why sort of now the time, and is that something that's important to you, sort of get more personality out there and let everyone know, what kind of guy you are?
You've got to strike while the iron's hot. There's 0 point trying to get my personality out there when I quit fighting.
Is that something that you thought about during sort of in between fights, that when I come back I really sort of want to make the most of this and sort of let people know who I am, bring the camera crews in, do all this kind of stuff? Because I felt like you felt like that before, but not as much when you were sort of fighting in the UFC before.
Honestly, it's been a natural, like an organic progression there. The reason why I didn't do it earlier was because I wasn't ready earlier. This is the time I feel like I can start to develop these sort of skill sets and let people in because of where I'm at personally. So, I guess it's just the right time.
Mental health has been sort of a big topic of this fight card because there's a bunch of fighters on the card who came out and spoke about it, but then they kind of always refer to the fact that the champ, Robert Whittaker, came out and spoke about mental health. And that kind of makes us feel better because he's headlining this thing, so we can kind of talk about it as well. I mean, how does that make you feel? It's almost an immediate effect after that episode of Grange TV that you did where you really opened up.
Yeah, it wasn't my intention at the time. My intention was just to get out there and just, I guess, become more comfortable with myself. But, I'm very, very, very happy that I've made people more aware of it. I've made people aware that it happens to everybody. Everybody's got it. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't play favourites.
You can't.
Times in 1 year, are you worried? And he says that he's got that advantage. Are you worried?
And he's fought a lot? Nah, not at all. It's it doesn't bother me. I'm just really pumped to be getting back in there and getting to work.
Being the Māori spirit that you fight with the Māori spirit, how does being Māori benefit you as a fighter?
I could take 10 years off and you put me in an octagon with another man and I'm going to go warrior mode. That's just what happens. You put me under the lights, you put me under pressure, and I come through. That's what I do. We'll see. I'm going to take the fight wherever I want to. If I feel the takedown's there, I'll take it.
What do you think about his trash?
I don't think about it. I think that annoys him more.
You said something the other day, I think it was to MMA Junkie, where you said if you felt that it was personal at any point, you would have taken care of it personally. What did you mean by that?
You can take it any way you want, mate.
Middle of the night, guys with baseball bats.
I'm not going to say anything.
Do you feel like now that the stadium's pretty much sold out and it's almost time to fight, that we could put this whole Australia versus New Zealand and this whole this thing's personal thing to bed and sort of just focus on the fight now that the tickets have been sold, the sort of narrative that the UFC has pushed going into this fight?
The UFC are going to push anything they need to sell tickets. Okay? But me personally, it was never a country versus country. It was me versus Izzy. Great fighter versus great fighter. And that's how it always was going to be.
Do you feel like in some ways this is sort of like a comeback story for you, almost redemption, just sort of like what's happened with you being away from the fight, coming back from the surgery, all that kind of stuff? Do you feel like it's kind of like a redemption story?
It's funny. I've heard several reporters and media and stuff mention the word comeback. It's like, where did I go? I was only gone for about 14 months. I went to fight in February. It was just unfortunate circumstances happened. But it's not like I retired and disappeared or said I'm done. I've always been here, mate. I've been training, I've been competing. Never left.
Israel's an elite striker. How do you plan to mitigate that this weekend?
I'm a pretty good striker myself. I guess we'll find out how good I am.
You're going to go strike with him?
We'll see. You know, I don't, me personally, I don't believe in, I don't take pride into the octagon. I don't need to be proud like, oh, I'm going to make this a striking match to prove to everybody. Nah, I'll fight any way I have to get the win.
Your coach Alex Prado sort of said that you're almost like a GSP 2.0, almost saying that you're more comfortable on the ground. We just haven't seen a whole lot of it. Do you think there's any truth to that?
With that article, it was kind of mistranslated. So it's a little inaccurate, but because Alex is a huge fan of GSP. He's a huge fan of GSP. But I don't consider myself a GSP 2.0. I aspire to be like GSP. I think he's one of the best fighters to have ever lived. I think he's the most complete fighter to have ever lived. And I'm a huge fan of his as well. But I have ground game. Don't worry about it. I'll use it when I want to.
Is it validating for you? Like you've always said, you can only be who you are. You're not a trash talker. You're not kind of in this new school, selling fights kind of thing. Is it validating to see just how many tickets have been sold if you're selling at a stadium like Marvel, being who you are, being that... I know you don't call yourself a nice guy, but is that a sense of validation for you? You did it your own way.
The whole thing about doing it my way means I don't need validation. The tickets are going to be sold. I let my actions do the work for me. Every time I step into the octagon, it's an exciting fight. The buzz is there. Everybody comes. Everyone loves the fight. So it's always going to sell tickets because people want to watch me fight. I'm just being me. I want to be the guy. I want to be the type of guy that my kids in 5-10 years' time look me up on YouTube and don't cringe.
Well, at the open workouts, I noticed two types of fans, viewers. You got the Reaper Nation fans, and you got the Bobby Knuckles fans.
Yeah.
Now, I'm from the podcast that popularized the Bobby Knuckles nickname, and I know you didn't love it at first. I'm curious, when you start selling a few T-shirts and you make a few bucks, does it change your perspective on the nickname?
It's not that I didn't love it. It's that I didn't want to change my fight name, but I also didn't want it to pick. I wanted to see if it would pick up by itself. Because as soon as I would have said, I don't like the name Bobby Knuckles, everyone would have called me Bobby Knuckles. So I just let it organically progress to the point where I realized it's sticking. So own it.
Well, I saw, the image of, I believe it was your daughter wearing the Bobby Knuckles T-shirt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, as time goes by and everything, are you like, okay, man, this is all right?
It's cute. I don't mind either nickname. They're both good. Bobby Knuckles was an organic one. Reaper I made. But they're both me, and I'm happy with that.
Just on that nickname, the Reaper, are you the kind of guy that believes in sort of alter egos? Like some fighters have them, right? Like Mike Tyson said that Mike Tyson was a mortal man, but Iron Mike was sort of indestructible. Deontay Wilder goes in the ring and he's the bronze bomber. He's not Deontay Wilder anymore. And there's a stark contrast when you see yourself today, laid back, and then in the cage with that intensity. Are you the kind of guy that believes in alter egos in any way?
No, I think there's switches. I think there's when I enter the octagon, I'm still me. It's just I'm just showing a different side of me, and I don't take a new name or anything, but when I get in there, I know I go cold. I know the warrior in me comes out, and that's just he's there to stay.
How do you hit that switch? Is it something that happens during fight week? Is it during the warm-up on fight night? How do you sort of get that warrior out?
It's natural. My body knows when it's time to fight. It gets ready.
Got Paulo Costa in town. He flew all the way down here after that Yoel Romero win. Just quickly, what did you think of his performance against Yoel Romero, a guy that you've obviously beaten twice?
I think it was a great performance. I think it was a hard fight. It was crazy. They both threw super heavy leather at each other. So it was a great fight.
Have you run into him at the hotel at all? Have you guys spoken at all? I mean, it seems to me like he's going for you. He said to us that he sort of isn't the biggest Israel Adesanya fan. So I'm just wondering if you guys have sort of traded words or had any kind of conversation this fight week.
No, I haven't run into him yet. I think I can beat him anywhere. I think I'm just a better fighter. I think I'm a more complete fighter. I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to be me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my thing. Of course. This is Australia. This is where I live.
The NRL Grand Finals on tonight. Who's going to win?
My team's not in it, so I don't care. Any questions, Eli? Oh. Cool.
Hey, Rob, remember the Anaheim interview? We made you a little T-shirt.
Oh, thank you very much.
Have a look down the bottom.
Thanks to you pulling Dennis up for his mispronunciation of the word anime.
The bald guy can be you, but it's supposed to be me. So.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.